right, guys, this is Krazy Kev here. I'm here with Aysia Cortez. Aysia, how we doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. I can't complain. And you're coming off a very big win. I mean, talk us a bit more about that performance you just had, and what's maybe next for you here.
Yeah, that was a big win for me. Just training all year long with the amazing gym top team. It was a blessing. It was awesome. I was able to do it with my home crowd, a lot of my family and friends, because it was in California. I'm born and raised over there, just training out here in Florida. But it was amazing just to be able to go out there and perform in front of my all my loved ones and be able to get some elbows in like I've been practicing. And yeah, it was awesome. It was a
Yeah,
blessing.
yeah, and those elbows were definitely showing. I mean, like I said, that was definitely a very bloody fight. I mean, with that being said, I mean, talk a bit more about what that was kind of like. I mean, seeing that damage like pay off, and also what was the pressure kind of like? Having a big fight like that in front of your home crowd.
No, it was cool. Like it was like I was trying to practice for my elbows for a while. Like I told it on my last the other interview I had after the fight that I was practicing my elbows. I was thinking I had told my teammates too. I said, "Man, I got some really sharp elbows." I'm thinking, looking at them, and I was like, "I think I can cut somebody. I'm gonna like really like start practicing my elbows." And especially because I'm on the cage a lot, so if I'm that close, then might as well. But it was really cool for it to actually really happen. I'm like, wow, that's all. Like, it was so cool. Like, I don't know. But then once I started seeing the blood, I was like, whoa, 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 this is a lot of blood. But it was cool. Like, everything just kind of like happened so quick. But it was a lot of fun. But yeah, like the pressure, it was just, it was obviously a lot of pressure at the time just because I hadn't fought in front of like my family, like a lot of my friends and family in such a long time that it was so cool to actually do that and just be able to give the performance that I gave in front of all of them. So everything, like all the hard work, all the tears and the training that went into camp, it all paid off. And
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, no, it definitely did, and I'm super glad everything kind of went to plan. And now, I mean, you just fought in November. I mean, talk us a little bit more about when you're maybe hoping to get back in there and what the timeline's kind of looking like.
Yeah, so I'm hoping. So A1 is actually trying to look for an opponent for me right now. So I think their next one it should be in March sometime. So I'm hoping that they're going to be able to find me an opportunity during that time. So that's going to be in Sacramento again. So I'm hoping that they'll be able to find me an opponent, and then we'll be able to work from there. I'm back training. I'm sparring and getting back into the groove. So I'll be ready whenever the opportunity sets itself up.
Nice. No, I definitely think March would be awesome, and that would be perfect. And now, when it comes to like A1 combat, like you mentioned, I mean, do you think that promotion is going to kind of be your home now when it comes to fighting there?
Yeah, I mean, if they have fights for me, then yeah, I would love that. Just because it's like I said, it's back home, and I get to see my family during that time as well. So if they keep giving me fights and they like me over there, then yeah, why not?
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, I definitely think that would be awesome. I definitely hope to continue to see you with the promotion. And now, obviously, you train at a fantastic gym with American Top Team. I mean, talk a bit more about who was maybe helping you for your fight camp with that last fight you just had.
Yeah, so Marina, Morose, I don't know if I think that's how you say her last name. I'm sorry, Marina. But yeah, she's been coming in. She's been helping me out a lot. I have a lot of the girls are in and out, so a lot of the time it'll just be Marina sparring me, some other guys that were sparring me. Um, but Marina was mostly my partner during this camp. And I'm just so grateful for her just because she wasn't in camp but she was just coming in and helping me out. And just a few of the other girls during the time, I think during that period, it was like Carolina, Dakota was in and out because she's been traveling a lot. Yeah, a lot of the girls kind of been in and out. So Marina has been like the most consistent sparring partner, and then just grabbing the guys and the smaller guys and see if they were able to come in and help me out as well.
Yeah, no, that's definitely awesome. Like I said, you definitely train at a great gym, so I'm definitely glad you were able to get some help there. And now, when it comes to your career right now, I mean, talk a bit more about maybe some of your goals that you might have with 2026, or just your goals for your career in general.
Yeah, so I'm just hoping just to get some fights in. Like I feel like I'm still fairly new to the pro scene. Like this is my third that was my third pro fight, you know. So I'm just trying to get some fights in. I'm just trying to keep getting my feet wet, just going out there and just giving a good performance and just letting the work that I'm putting in at the gym just show, out there, and just, yeah, hopefully just get as many fights as I can this year, as many vacation days I have for work to take off for camp. It all plays down, it all comes down to how much vacation time I have to give in for my fight camps. So
Nice.
yeah, I'm hoping to get a lot of fights in though, and just get some really good exposure, and just, yeah, just keep learning.
Yeah. Now, when it comes to potentially going to like the next level, I mean, how long do you think it maybe takes to potentially go to like the UFC or something along those lines with your career right now?
Um, Honestly, I'm not even sure. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I don't really know what that looks like. I know there's so many people that I could ask that have so much knowledge in that field and know how to get there, but I don't know. I just kind of take the day and one at a time. Like I go day by day, and just trust whatever God has set before me is what I'm gonna get. And just, like, yeah, just kind of going day by day and just trusting God's plan for my life. And hopefully, if it's within this year, if it's within the next, whatever it looks like, I'm all for it. But I'm just going to take it in as it comes.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that's a smart approach and definitely a good mindset. And now, when it comes to getting back into your gym with like American Top Team, I know you've posted pictures with like Kayla Harrison, and she was supposed to fight today. I mean, what did you kind of think hearing the news about like her neck injury and like everything that was kind of going on with that?
Yeah, I know. It was very unfortunate, Like, I know Kayla is just such a hard worker. You see her in and out of the gym, and I know this had meant the world to her. So I'm just saddened. I'm saddened for her. I'm praying that her recovery goes well, and that she's able to just get the recovery that she needs and the rest that her body needs as well. And then just, I know she's gonna be on. I know she's gonna do great and amazing things. I know God's working in her life the way He is intended to. So whatever comes from it, it comes from it. But I wish her always the best. She's
Yeah.
an awesome fighter.
No, she's definitely an awesome fighter and definitely an awesome person. I definitely hope
Yeah.
for the best for her as well. And now, like you were talking about, I mean, you're kind of newer on the pro scene, but I mean, talk us a bit more about maybe some of your first days on the mats and kind of how you got started with martial arts and everything like that.
Yeah, so actually my family in California, they have a gym. It's in a small town called Lathrop, California. It's very small. But yeah, I kind of started when I was younger, just like in a traditional martial arts. And yeah, by the way, it's Cortez Full Circles. So shout out to them, my parents. But yeah,
Nice.
like I started with like a traditional martial arts, which I was kind of like just in, I wasn't, yeah, I just kind of just started with traditional martial arts, and then later on went to jiu-jitsu, and then later on I went to wrestling, and in high school and college. So after once I went into wrestling, I kind of just put everything else to the side and just wrestled through high school and college, and then from there I had actually my first MMA fight while I was still in high school. I had just turned 18, and it was actually like it was from Bellator, and Bellator had like they were doing like for amateurs. It was like one of their amateur fights, and they had asked me if I wanted to fight. So after I came back from Fargo that summer from for wrestling, they had called up my dad saying, "Oh, do you have any fighters?" And he's like, I have my daughter who's at that weight. Asia, do you want to fight?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, sure, why not? Let's do it." And then that's kind of like what kind of like sparked my love for fighting. I was like, "Oh, this is cool. I wanna like pursue this later. Like after wrestling and call after I get my school done, after I wrestle, get some a little bit more ground get some more wrestling experience, and I would love to go to fight right after." And so that's kind of like what the plan was. After I graduated, I moved over here to Florida and then continued with fighting.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that's an incredible story, and definitely pretty cool how that all worked out. And now, when it comes to like that first fight, like you were talking about, I mean, what were the nerves kind of like getting that call and like going out there for your very first fight? And now, what are the nerves kind of like now since that first fight?
Yeah, so honestly, I didn't know it was Bellator. So like my dad failed to say that to me, and I was thinking, yeah, like there was no expectation because this is my first fight, I'm just going to go out there and just do my best. And I was out there and I was like, man, this is pretty cool. Like, and then Tito Ortiz was the one that was the main event. And I was like, oh shoot, this is cool. I said, man, imagine if this was like the card that I was on. It was just like something weird going through my mind. I was like, wait, this is the card that I'm on. I said, this is cool. wasn't. It was Bellator. I said, oh shoot, this is kind of nervous, you know? I'm like really nervous. And then going to the venue and then like being at like the fighter hotel, and I went in the van with everybody and they're like, hey, this is for fighters. This is for fighters only. I said, I'm fighting. They're
Yeah.
like, what? I said, I'm actually gonna fight with you, like on the card too. And so it was just so much fun. It was like such an amazing experience, you know,
Yeah.
and just I love it all. It was now it's just looking back at it all, just me going in, not knowing what's gonna happen, not knowing what to expect out of any of this, and then to where I'm at now. It's amazing.
Yeah, and no, I definitely think that's definitely incredible. I'm definitely glad everything's been paying off for you. And now, I mean, since that first fight and now all the way to your pro career, I mean, talk a bit more about how you think you've kind of grown with your martial arts career and like what you've kind of been improving on the most.
Yeah, so just like just the what is it called? Like just the whole mindset I think of things is starting to switch for me. Rather than I kind of just before I would just kind of go out there and just I guess swing and like hope for the best type of thing, and like I don't know. I think now it's starting to switch where for me where the mindset is it plays a really big role in it all, you know? And sorry, my dog's being loud. He's drinking water. but but yeah, I think it's just like the mindset of everything, and I'm starting to understand that better, and like the mindset of like the whole camp and being strong, being disciplined, you know, and holding that through, and as well as going to fight camp, making sure my mental state is strong, you know, and yeah, I think that's what's starting to flip the switch for me a lot more now.
No, I definitely think a good mindset is definitely important. Definitely glad
Mhm.
everything's been doing good in that aspect. And now when it comes to like the mental game, I mean, talk a bit more about maybe some of the best advice you might have got from maybe like some of your coaches or even some of your teammates, maybe before a fight or in training. I mean, talk a bit more about that.
Um, what is it called? We have a coach that's always talking about like mindset, and he comes to me and he tells me because the thing is, I had trouble with flipping the switch sometimes, you know, and like being like I guess not trying to like flip the switch on like being aggressive. You know, it's not like it's I have to be mad at them. It's just like, hey, it's either me or you. At in this cage it's either me or you, and I'm gonna choose me type of thing. Like I don't have to be mad at you and come swing because then you're gonna be using a lot of your emotions rather than just kind of staying cool and collective and stuff. But it becomes kind of personal at that moment. It's like, hey, this is a step to take on my way to my dreams, and you're in the way of that. So it's nothing personal against you. It's all business, but I'm choosing me in this moment type of thing. And that kind of like really helped me. I'm like, oh shoot, okay, now I have to understand that a little bit more and diving into it a little bit deeper in that sense. And just being a little bit more aggressive, like, hey, it's nothing personal. I got nothing against you. You know, I can be the kindest person. I love if you ask people, you know that they say that I'm smiling all the time, I'm laughing all the time, you know, but I'm starting to flip that switch. Okay, it's nothing personal. It's a business, right?
Yeah, no, it definitely is a business, and I definitely think that's a good way to kind of look at it. And now, obviously, we know we've been talking a lot about your MMA career and everything like that. But I mean, what do you kind of like to do outside the cage when you're not in there training and fighting?
So honestly, I'm very busy. Like I'm really busy. Like I'm constantly working. I'm a full-time manager at Amazon at one of the delivery stations. So I'm very busy with that, and I'm very involved in also my church. So if I'm not at training, if I'm not at work, if I'm not at church, then I'm honestly kind of just relaxing. If the sun is out, I would love to go to the beach or just hang out with my friends. We'll just hang out inside the house, or we'll watch some fights. We'll get some food. Me and my best friend Dakota, we love going out and just find different foods to eat, different cookies to like different cookie spots, different sweets. We love sweets. So if it's not any of those places, then I'm usually with Dakota and we're just kind of trying different foods and hanging
No,
out.
yeah, that's definitely a lot of fun. That definitely sounds like a good time as well. And now that's definitely pretty interesting as well too with the Amazon business. I mean, how long have you kind of been doing that as well too?
Actually, it's gonna be coming up to 5 years in a couple of days. I'll be there for about 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, that's definitely incredible. I mean, good for you that you have an awesome full-time job as well too with that. And now another thing I wanted to ask you, I mean, getting back into your training and everything like that. I mean, talk a bit more about when you're in fight camp, I mean, you mentioned like flipping the switch. How do you kind of go from like regular training to like fight camp? I mean, what's maybe like the main difference from training versus fight camp?
It's more like being intentional in my training, like putting myself in like tougher positions, I guess you would say. I would add more like if I'm in fight camp, I'll just add more sparring. I'll just be intentional in my training, like, hey, like I'm gonna focus on like jujitsu in this area. Like I need to really focus on jujitsu or I need to focus on striking. And with but like honestly, not much changes. Like I'm in the gym constantly, so it's not like I'm out of it, like out of camp. It's not like I'm just chilling at home or anything. I'm still in the gym just in case an opportunity does come. I want to be ready. So the only thing I'm really adding is just more sparring, just being more intentional with that time, like for that specific fight, and that's pretty much it. And like obviously dieting down.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that's important, and that's definitely good there. And now you mentioned moving over to like train it for American Top Team. I mean, talk to me more about why you kind of chose American Top Team and how you kind of got that decision to move over there for the training.
Yeah, so actually what is it called? So I was in Georgia. So when I went to college, I had went to Georgia for Life University. I was wrestling with them and it was 2020 and like I was going to stay over there for a little bit and the person that I was with at the time, they're from Florida. And so they were saying, "Oh, there's this awesome gym in Florida, blah blah blah, top team." I was, "Oh yeah, top team's over there." So we decided we're gonna come down to, because I was thinking, okay, maybe just move back to California and like there's a lot of gyms over there and then I'll just pursue fighting like in California. But then it came down to, it was like, hey, like let's go to Florida and American Top Team's down that way. I was like, oh yeah, that's a great opportunity. So we just came down over here, and that was just like honestly a very quick decision, where it's like, okay, yeah, let's do it. And then Top Team, they gave us like the 2-week trial to test out how we like the, what is it called? I guess, what is that called? Like the 2-week trial. I think that's what it is. Just like a 2-week trial, just to
Right.
test it out and seeing if we pretty much can hang out with the pro, like hang with the pros,
Mm.
because obviously we're amateurs at the time,
Yeah.
and we were able to hang, and that's kind of everything else is in the past kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah, no, fair enough. That's definitely a pretty cool story of how you kind of got over there. And now, when it comes to like maybe like MMA, do you watch MMA at all? And if so, who are maybe some of your favorite fighters that you like to watch?
Yeah, honestly, I people laugh at me about they laugh at me all the time about this, and it's nothing personal against anybody. I don't know a lot of names, so when people are talking about fighters and I feel really bad, they're, oh, so and so. I'm like, if I see their face, yeah, like, but I guess I need to be more active and start being more of a fan of it all. But I always just say that my best friend is my favorite fighter, Dakota Ditcheva. And so I love watching her piece people up. I love just seeing her just being so like calm in the cage. And I can never say anything. Like it's just I love watching her. So
Yeah.
when people ask me, I just say her because I do actually watch her and I know her. So
Yeah, no, that's important. Dakota's definitely a good answer either way. So yeah, definitely a good one there. So yeah, that's awesome. And Asia, it's been awesome talking to you. I appreciate you taking the time. It's been a lot of fun talking to you. What's maybe your final message out there to the fans watching this video?
um I would say, don't be afraid to step out. Like for me, like I like to step out and let people know that I am a Christ follower, to step out in your faith, to not be afraid, to be bold with what you have to say. Whatever platform God gives you, use it to glorify and honor his name. So I would just say to just, now is the time to be bold in your faith and let people know and just spread the word of God. And that's it.
I love it. No, it's that's a great message, and it's been awesome talking to you. I definitely appreciate you taking the time and hoping you get the call for March. And thank you again.
Thank you again. Appreciate it.